Hello and welcome on. We're back for some more Modern. Today we're going to be playing Grixis Control. This has been an older deck list that I had updated a little bit earlier today, but for the most part it's basically the same. The idea is we are a just straight up Grixis Control deck. Logic Knots, Kolaghan's commands, Cryptic commands, Terminate, Bolt, Push, Snaps, Inquisition, Thoughtseize, so on and so forth. Playing 3 Jason Mind Sculptors. Now, our real ways of winning here is most likely beating down with Snapcaster or ultimating Jace. We're not like Jeskai, we don't have enough burn to reasonably burn our opponent out. But that's generally how we want to win the game. That's why we have 3 Jace the Mind Sculptors. Yeah, also have just only 4 discard in the main board, but we do have an additional Thoughtseize in the sideboard, as well as 2 Surgicals, 2 Damnation, 2 Counter Squalls, a Counter Flux. Now, thankfully, because we know that Flusterstorm has been printed, Flusterstorm will soon take this card's spot. But for now, this is one of my favorite counter spells in blue-red. I also have a Staticaster, Dispels, and then 2 Angers, a Crumble, and an Engineer Explosives. So basically, that's our game plan against Tron: is counter their first threat, crumble their land, and then try and take over the game from there. So, alright, we're going to hop into some games here. I have quite a few Grixis lists I want to try. We've already played Grixis Delver. This is another list I really like the way it looks, so we'll see how it goes. Alright, and before I forget, guys, if you didn't know, I am on Patreon now. I posted yesterday up, or 2 days ago, something like that, my first little article on there talking about the top 10 cards I want to see in Modern Horizons. The number 1 is a bit of a controversial one, but the rest of the list is pretty fair. Yeah. I'm also, guys, if you're wanting to play any of these decks, these awesome decks we have here in Modern, Mana Traders is a great service you can use to rent the cards to play. In the description of this video, I will have a link that you can use that will help me out. So, alright guys, we'll be back in just a minute. Hello and welcome. Alright, we're here on the draw for round number 1. We have a 1-lander, but we have an Opt, and we have an Inquisition to play on turn 1 as well as not being on the draw, and having 2 Searchers Contest, so if we hit a second land, we could probably hit our third land pretty easily. I am going to keep it because even if we don't hit a land for the first turn, this hand is still very good. Alright, Inkmoth, land? Nope. Alright, Kolaghan's command. Alright, we are going to grab a Watery Grave here, because we do want to be able to cast this Opt. Whoop. Next turn if we miss a land. Alright, so they're straight up Infect. So, I'm going to take the Might of Old Kroza. Alright, so Dismember against us is not going to be too relevant. This is definitely a matchup we're going to just beat them by beating them, really. Or beating them by them probably conceding more so than we're actually going to beat them. Alright, that's actually a really good land. Now, yes, we're going to take 5 next turn. And if they have a second pump spell, we could be in a lot of trouble. I think it's very important to get the Searcher's Con online. Plus, if we hit another land, we can deal with this Inkmoth. Excuse me, Inkmoth Nexus. And we don't have a red source anyway to cast any of our removal spells, so I think this is better than just opting and hoping to hit another land. Alright, so the Groundswell is going to give it +4/+4 now. Okay, the draw was... wow. Alright, yes. Put it in the graveyard. Alright, we drew another blue source, which does mean I'm going to do this. We're going to kill this, and I hope I put a basic mountain in the deck. I did. Okay, cool. And situations like this right here is why you should play basic mountains. Groundswell does actually protect it from a bolt right now, awkwardly enough. Alright. We're not going to do anything yet. We're going to hope to catch them on the one they try to Groundswell. If not, we're going to end of turn burn one. Alright, we're going to take the infect. Alright, Hierarch's going to resolve. Important thing here, no land came into play this turn, so we get to do this. Wait, they still have Groundswell, why did I get rid of it? Alright, no, we want to keep that land. We want to draw it. Alright, so we're going to play it here. We're actually in a pretty decent spot. We're only at 3 infects. Ooh, okay, so Groundswell, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's actually game if we don't find a way to kill it with the Groundswell in the stack. Alright, targets. Yeah. Alright, we're going to go to we're going to take it here. Alright, no Groundswell. We are going to opt here. That goes to the bottom. Field of Ruins. Not really what we wanted. We're going to fetch here, and I'm going to grab a Blood Crypts. Going to kill the Noble Hierarch. Or at least attempt to. If they want to waste the Groundswell protecting it, they're more than welcome to. Yes, okay, so they are going to protect it with Groundswell, which is good, because now we know they have 2 Dismembers in hand. Well, 1 Dismember. Alright, Tar Pit's going to go to the graveyard. We're going to transform it. We're going to draw our card for the turn. It is a Terminate. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Let me tap this. We're going to tap like this. I'm going to go ahead and discard, kill the Glistener Elf, empty their hand, play a second search for his Kanta here, and pass. So, because of the interaction here, Pendelhaven can't make this a 1-1. Alright. Alright, so top card, hit a push, no, and don't transform. Alright, we are going to go ahead and I'm just gonna push it. Alright, now they are empty-handed and we're in a pretty good spot here. We're probably just going to, as Kanta end a turn here. We do have to be careful because we are at 6 infects. Okay. Well, alright, our Kanta is going to find us a Jace. Alright, Jace is going to find us a bunch of lands, but that's alright. Okay, so, Crumble to Dust, actually pretty good here. Staticaster is another one that's good here. Angers are fine. Thoughtseize is fine. EE's fine. There's also the route where we could go that we want to try to counter their pump spells. I've never really been a fan of that. I've never found success trying to win that way. I've always felt like it's better to interact with the creatures they actually put on the table. With that being said, Nihil Spellbomb's not great. I think Cryptic Command's a little expensive. Kolaghan's Command's a little narrow. I think maybe all of our Cryptics can come out. Maybe we can cut a Logic Knot. Actually, let's cut 2 Logic Knots instead of the Kolaghan's Command. We could also bring in Damnations. No, I think these 6 for these 6 are fine. The reason we're bringing in Crumble to Dust is because it's a very difficult card for them to deal with when we can kill their Inkmoth Nexus. We got very lucky hitting our Field of Ruin that game, but we're not always going to get that lucky. EE, obviously, their whole deck's mostly 1-drops. Is a Staticaster, all their stuff's 1 toughness creatures. Anger is just good removal. And the third Thoughtseize, because we want to fight their hand as much as we can. It could be wrong not to bring in these 2 Damnations as well, but I don't really want to cut the last Logic Knot and Jace to bring them in. Although, interestingly enough, ooh. Alright, we don't have a kill spell for their first threat, but we have Snap, Opt, and Thoughtseize, so I'm going to keep it. Okay, so they have Shaper's Sanctuary, which is fine. I'm not traditionally a fan of letting them draw a bunch of cards because we're targeting their stuff. Alright, so Become Immense, Noble. Let's take a Noble. The Become Immense obviously is going to be a big deal eventually, but right now it's not. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and play Sulphur Falls. And I'm going to opt first. We'll bottom the opt. Yeesh. Guess we maybe should have kept it on top. So, next turn they could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, well, I think we're going to use our mana efficiently. We're going to take the Become Immense. Ooh, a Groundswell. Okay, well, I'm still going to take the Become Immense. And I'm going to pass the turn. Next turn is very possible we just go Snap, Opt, and block. And if we can get them without playing this Pendelhaven, we might actually just crumble on turn 4. That's obviously a little way away, though. So, make it a 5. It'll hit me for 5. I will go to 9. Yep. Alright, so they're playing the new one. So they got 1 card in hand. Alright, we're going to go here. I'm just going to pass like this. And we're alright throwing the Snapcaster in the way. I'm going to grab a basic island. I'm going to snap. Targeting in opt. Hierarch's ability resolve. Go to blocks. Now, because if we are able to trade with here, it may vary in what we want to grab. Alright. Alright, so we're gonna lose our Snapcaster, so we definitely wanna Jace bouncing that may not be terrible, actually. Jace bounce the Hierarch. Yeah, I think that's okay. I think that's going to be alright. Little Jace, bounce the Hierarch, and let him draw an extra card. But they shouldn't be able to haste anything in or anything here against us. Bounce it. Yes, trigger Shaper Sanctuary. Draw a card. And pass. Now, hopefully this means that our board will be safe. So that, okay, yes. Whenever a creature you control becomes targeted by a spell and ability. Alright. So they're going to activate it to draw a card off of it as well if they want to. Alright. Anger of the Gods would be great here. Lightning Bolt's also not bad. Brainstorm. Oof. Alright, we're going to put these 2 back. And I'm going to see if they figure out the interaction. And they probably do. They probably activate it. They don't even have to fetch. They can just activate it with its own ability. Nope, they did not. Alright, nice. Alright, so... Of course they have Blighted Agents. Alright, I mean the normal stuff here. Alright, so they're out of them. So... Alright, with that being the case... Maybe I should have tried to kill this then. You know what? I think I'm going to kill it now. I don't like it. Because it's... If I would have done it last turn, they still have just as much of a chance, except the Pendelhaven would have been tapped. So now any pump spell protects this. Okay, well it's down, which is a bit of relief. Now, they could, if they have a pump spell, kill our Jace. Okay, so they can't kill Jace now with Noble Hierarch, which very bad for us. Yep. Alright, well, let's see. Draw for turn. This is bad. Alright, let's Inquisition. Alright, land. They're probably only going to attack with one, so we'll get to kill it. But still, we're sitting here in a very bad position here. I'm going to bolt it. Hopefully they just draw another land. I mean, Might of Old Crozia here wins in the game, so... Or Groundswell, rather. Alright. That's game. Alright, so we lost to Infect with the beatdown game plan. Alright, so we're going to bring these in now. And I'm going to take out 2 of you. Like that. Alright, let's see how it goes. I felt like we had a fine hand. It was just one of those situations where... Ooh, boy. No black sources, but we have the anger. We have an opt. I'll keep it. Right, we're going to hold up like we have a bolt. They lead on Shaper Sanctuary. That's going to suck. Yeah, alright, they lead on Shaper Sanctuary. Alright, that's not a black source. So all we want right now is thank you. And I am going to just grab a swamp because we already have double red. On the right side, we also have Fatal Push here. Alright, so basic swamp. Inquisition. Alright, let's take a peek. Noble Hierarch, Pulse, Vines, Groundswell. Alright, we'll take Noble. Alright, they're gonna go Inkmoth Nexus. Ooh, they drew another Hierarch anyway. Okay. Well done. Alright. Island. So I think I definitely, even though it'll draw him a card, I think I definitely want to Kogan's command, kill this, make him discard a card. And right now the only mana they have up is colorless, so they can't protect this. Up to 5 cards. They discard a Groundswell. So we know about 3. Now obviously they go 4. If they go Forest to protect the Inkmoth. Okay, so Breeding Pool. Blighted Agent. Alright, let's see. kicked, it'd be 2 green, be +4/+4, so that'd be 5. Okay. Now again, they could animate it to draw a card here, but given the fact they didn't last time, I don't think they're gonna do it again. All right, so we did know the contents of their hand. All right, getting all their ink moths. Yep. All right. Again, next turn we're gonna risk taking a pretty good size hit, but I'm not super terrified of it. Again, we're looking at getting hit for 5 here. We could anger. They would then most likely try and protect it, and we could kill it. I'm not too afraid of that though. I think I'm gonna pass the turn. Just opt during their turn. Again, I'd like to not let them draw any more cards than they're already gonna draw. Are they thinking about it? Ooh. Alright, let's opt. Bottom. So they get to protect it. For sure. Yeah. Become immense. Well, and that's how you lose a game here. I guess at least if we would have pushed it, they would have protected it. We would have only taken 3. I guess what we should have really done was angered it, and then when they went to protect it, we should have pushed it. I don't think we were aggressive enough with our removal spells. That's clearly what cost us the match here. But, you know, what can you do? You win some, you lose some, right? Alright, well, we'll be back in just a minute. Alright, welcome back, everyone. We're here for round number 2 on the play. Alright, this is a pretty good hand here. We'll keep it. We're going to lead on Inquisition here because I don't know what they're playing. If they're playing like Dredge, obviously this Spellbomb is going to be great. Unfortunately, because we have a Stevens, we have to grab a Watery Grave here. Or I guess we grab Blood Crypt. No, we have Snap, so I want the extra blue source so I can Snap Opt. That's what I decided I want to do. Alright, well, Blue Eye controls, so they have a Snap and an Opt of their own. I'm just going to take their Snapcaster Mage. Actually, no. You know what? We're gonna play Spellbomb. I guess we'll take the Opt. It's gonna give them most likely nothing to do next turn. So, all right, play an island. All right, we're gonna go ahead and play Polluted Delta here and play Spellbomb. Now, again, I don't really intend to crack this right now. But I'm going to probably fetch for a basic island here and opt at the end of turn. Actually, you know what? No. We're not going to get a basic island. We're going to just get a Watery Grave again, I think. Now we'll get an island. Is it a little early for a Jace? Nah, I think we'll take the Jace. Who am I kidding? I love me some Jaces. Alright, so our opponent played their Field of Ruin out. So they have 6 cards in hand now. Field of Ruin. Alright, I am going to Snapcaster. Targeting my Opt. I'm going to attempt to Opt. I guess another Snapcaster is fine. Alright, search for his Kanta, that's pretty good. Alright, we are going to go attempt search. And we're going to attack for 2. They want to ambush Viper their Snapcaster Mage. We'll be fine with that. Right now, we're planning on keeping them off of getting any actual value from it anyway. Yep. We will go and crack this now just to draw a card and to get that so that they don't get to opt. Not like opting here is a big deal for us, but we deny them one card and we get a card in return. And with the resolved Search for Escanta, I feel like we're in an okay spot here. Alright, so no longer have a Snapcaster Mage. Probably coming down to Jace the Mind Sculptor. Nope, Narset. Okay. Yep. Oust, alright. No attacks. They're looking to protect their own. Yes, Graveyard. Druid Terminate. Alright, so do we think there's any chance at all, that they have a path? They have 5 cards in hand? Alright, let's... No, we won't shock it in. Snap. Yep, targeting Inquisition. I'm an Inquisition. We know we have a hit at least. Oust is the only hit we have. And unfortunately that reveals a Jace and it's a Teferi. Alright, this is bad. They get to stick their Teferi next turn. Oof. Not having Dreadbore is a problem here. Alright, they hit another Narset. It's pretty good. They play out their planes, play Teferi. Alright. On the bright side, they probably don't have anything that's going to do too much damage to us. Alright, untap 2 lands. Alright, so they could have Logic Knot here, but I don't think that's where we're going to be at. Actually, I actually want the Fatal Push, as weird as that sounds. Yep. And now I'm going to hope to... Nope. I'm going to hope to clean up this Teferi while getting a card out of their hand. Oop. Alright, so... Yeah. Hopefully, at least. Obviously, they have Logic Knot. They got us. Opt. Okay, Cycling Illumination. That's fine. Down goes Teferi. They go to 4 cards in hand. So they discard a Narset. Alright, so now we know of Jason Field. And we do have 6 cards in the graveyard, so... We cannot flip this, though, of course. Well, they just drew a second Teferi. Well. Yep, untap 2 lands. Oh, yeah. Logic Knot. Actually, I'm going to keep the Logic Knot here. Yep, and then I'm going to go ahead and attack everyone at Teferi. Path to Exile. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Do the counterspell for it. Alright, puts fairy to 1. Now, hopefully next turn we'll be able to put both these 2 planeswalkers down and stick our own Jace and start trying to draw cards. Also quite possible that's not how it works out since they're still at 5 cards. Here comes their own Jace the Mind Sculptor, I'm assuming. No? Okay, yes. Alright. Yeah, brainstorming here. Yeah, this is... Boy, control is such a pain in the ass. I think the fact that I'm not playing any Dreadbore is a huge mistake on my part. Yeah, I mean, they got 5 mana up now. Yeah, just bin the opt. Well, let's hope. I mean, at least if their way of doing this is a frickin' Path Exile. Jesus. Well, Narset's down at least, right? Jace. Yep, veto. Cool. I feel like we're done. Yep, and just like that, they're back up to 5 cards. Oh my gosh, yep. I think playing anything, I think not playing Narsets and stuff like that is possibly a mistake. But more importantly, the real mistake was definitely not playing Dreadbores. At least some number. Alright. Top card. I guess not. No, don't transform. Alright, let's go ahead and attack for 2 at, I guess, to Fairy. No, I guess we need to fight Jace more. He's the more powerful one. Yeah. This is really looking bad. I think we're at the point already where this game's just over. Yeah. If our Jace would have resolved, I think we'd be in a situation where we might have a chance. Paying 4 mana for something. Okay. Alright, some frame verdict. Yep. Yeah, let's field off the colonnade. What do you got, opponent? Yeah, we're grabbing an island. Opting? Cool. Snapcaster's is pretty good. No graveyard, no transform. So if I go fetch, watery grave, snap, target Kolaghan's command, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. Yep. I mean, they probably just have another counterspell for it. Cryptic Command. Yep. All right. And that is the moment we're going to concede. I think we've been dead for a while, but if we could have killed this Jace, gotten Snapcaster on board, Kolaghan's Command made him discard a card, we might have had a small chance, but yeah, I think we're just way too far behind there. All right, so control. And again, oddly enough, I think surgicals are fine here because of the specific deck they're playing. As for us, pushes are out. I want to cut some number of Kolaghan's commands, all the terminates. Spellbomb is kind of just meh. And a lightning bolt, I think, here to make it an even 8. Yeah, I think that's fine. We just have to fight them on a better axis than they can fight us. Which hopefully that means we'll be able to remove their planeswalkers. This hand, I think it's fine. I'm just going to land on the Polluted Delta here and pass. Not really want to fetch away right away. Alright, we're playing the Scalding Tarn here. Did I bring in Crumbles? I did not. Okay. Crumbles one I usually kind of enjoy bringing in because it's a very clean answer to Colonnades, but it's not necessarily great in the matchup. Alright, let's fetch this here. It's going to grab us a Steam Vents. We're going to shock it in. And as soon as we get priority back, we're going to opt. Bottom that land. Alright, Counterflux. Alright, we're going to play the Field of Ruin here, and we're going to pass. If they do nothing, we're just going to probably field off the Celestial Colonnade. Yep, opt. Alright. It also might be wrong that we're playing opt as our draw spell of choice. Normally I prefer Serum Visions in decks like this that don't care. Like, we're playing a lot sorcery speed, obviously, with all of our discard and stuff. Alright, so we're going to grab another Watery Grave here. And then we're going to go ahead and get rid of the Colonnade. Yep. Alright, go to my turn. Ooh, we draw Tar Pit. Yeesh, that's interesting. Alright, we're going to play Tar Pit tapped here, and we're going to pass. The one downside about killing the Celestial Colonnade is it gives them another spell to delve. Yeah, that's fine. We don't care about Snapcaster Mage. Snapcaster opt. Yes, it gives them another card, but that's not something we want to fight. Like, game 1, we had the Spell Bomb on the table, so it was going to draw us a card. So I felt like it was worth fighting over or exiling the card draw. But in this situation, I don't think that's the case anymore. Yeah. Attack me for 2. I'm going to take this 2. If they do nothing, I'm going to try to bolt it in a turn. Yeah, alright. The nice thing also about Counterflux is this means they're not the only ones with an uncounterable counterspell. And next turn will be the big turn because next turn we'll be able to have both of these up if we want. Or, well, rather if we need to. Alright, so they shocked and playing Serum Visions. So if they tap out for something, we're going to use Cryptic Command because it's going to use our mana more effectively. Nope. Alright, they just play land and pass. Alright, so we drew an opt there, which is nice. We're going to pass here. They have more cards in hand than us, which is unfortunate. But all the cards we have in hand are extremely powerful. Like I said, this opt, but I think I want to bottom it. I don't think we're really looking for that right now. Alright, well, I was not hoping to draw a bunch of lands. That was definitely not what I wanted. Sure, Snapcaster's fine. Yep, Snapcaster Serum. Serum Visions. We might be looking at a Brainstorm. Oof. Alright, well, we can't do anything about Veto. It's unfortunate. Yeah, there's kind of a bunch of vetoes right now in. We're pretty buried here, I think. Narset. Yeah, I'm just gonna counterflux Narset. Alright. Go to my turn. Alright, well, Thoughtseize is nice. Gonna see what they're working with. Or we won't. 1, 2, 3. Alright, let's discard, kill Snapcaster. Giav Dopen Veto's number 3. Do I try to logic not that? I feel like I need to. So I need to make it 3. I'm gonna make it 4. Alright, they discard a Path to Exile. Alright, they're down to 2 cards. Our 1 card left, though, is a pretty good one. If they have a Teferi or Jace here, though, we're... Okay, Narset's not that bad. Another Narset. Alright, well, I mean, if you're going to hit something, I'd rather you hit another Narset. That's pretty much the worst of your cards, or Planeswalkers. Now watch, we're just going to draw Jace the Mind Sculptor. Nope, just second Cryptic Command. Alright. Works for me. Alright, Nopt. Blast Zone. Yeah, I don't really think we have much of a way out of this. I mean, if we activate the Tar Pit... Wait, why am I activating now? What am I doing? I have no idea what I'm doing. I didn't realize I already clicked through my combat step. Okay. Interesting choice. Let's go ahead and spend the mana to field off my Colonnade, please. Grab another island, I guess. Yep. Well, that was stupid. I mean, obviously they were gonna feel to ruin our tar pit no matter when we did it, but all right, let's counter target spell, draw a card. Um, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hopefully they go Cryptic Command back and we dispel it. Logic Knot. Well, we know one of their cards in hand is in our set, so. Alright, well, that's a Thoughtseize. That's a nice one. Narset. So, new Narset. And you find. A miss would be nice, too. Dovin's Veto. Alright, well, let's go ahead and Thoughtseize while we have the opening. So, let's put us to 6. Alright, Veto. Alright, I like it. I like it. I like it. I think I want to upkeep, bounce Narset, draw a card, and then they'll have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can easily Logic Knot it. I think that's where I want to do it. Bounce Narset. Hoping they don't draw a counter spell. Nice, okay. Alright, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go 9. Or that's 10. Alright, never mind. Undo that one. Alright, never mind. Pay 10. And please don't draw a counterspell. Sweet. Alright, they played it out. No, I don't really want a Kolaghan's Command right now either. Not until we have something in the graveyard worth getting back. Alright. Counter draw. Please don't have a counterspell in your hand. Nice. Alright, well. I might draw just to make him discard a card and deal damage. We'll see. If this counterspell counters something, I think I might. Alright. Well, that's not a card I want to draw. We're going to leave it. We're not going to crack it in case we draw Jace. Alright, we are going to go ahead and to the dome, discard a card. Discard a Flooded Strand. Ooh, Snapcaster, nice. Okay, that's something I want to see here. We're at 6, so I don't think we're going to Snapcaster Thoughtseize him or anything, but... I think I will Snapcaster... Ooh, Spell Snare? It's feeling pretty good. Let's do that. Resolves targeting command. Command. Make him discard. Down to 9. Again, I don't really want to. Actually, maybe we will Thoughtseize. That's fine. Right, we will Thoughtseize, put us down to 4. Alright, we will take the Disdainful Stroke. And then we're going to draw a step. Target creature, target player discards a card. Cryptic Command. Youch. Talk about a momentum swing. Oh, that might be it. Opt. Bottom. Field of Ruin ain't gonna do it, but we'll see. So they got 1 card, probably a counterspell in hand. Since they didn't play anything, obviously it was a planeswalker, they would have slammed it. Alright. Oh, Jace. Brainstorm. Put these 2 back, and we'll pass. Ooh, Restoration Angel. Oh my god. Wow. Alright, yeah. Well, kill Jace. Brainstorm. Alright, well, we gotta try to get out of this somehow here, and I don't even know that we have a way here. That's definitely not it. Alright, well, we're just dead. Yeah, we took out all of our removal spells there. Yeah, we took out all of our terminates, no damnations, no pushes. Alright, well, that does it. We'll see you guys for the next round in just a minute. Alright, we're back. We need to roll 0-3 here. Or 3-0, I mean. Alright, we're going to mulligan, no lands. Alright, slow hand. A little clunky with no red source, but we'll keep. I think we're going to bottom Jace. I think we just want some more action or some more card draw. Alright, basic island, Delver of Secrets. Red source, 1 time. Well, alright, we're going to opt. That works. Alright, so this is going to be probably that blue-red Delver deck that we played against with Sultai Planeswalkers. Yep. Alright. Alright, we're going to kill one of them here. Alright, so they're blue-black. Interesting. Alright, Inquisition sucks. They're going to take our Terminates. Yep. Yep. Let's see what they do following up. Alright, the Cycle of Street Wraith. So they're like, are they like Death Shadow? Oh, hey, look at that. We don't have a second blue source. Yay, because I'm terrible at this game. And I didn't play the Tar Pit tapped, so I could actually have blue mana next turn. That's how you punt right there, guys. It's hardcore how you punt. I want to grab the basic mountain so I could bolt the stupid Delver. And because of that, I didn't play a second blue source. Because for some reason, I thought I had the mana I needed to attack with Tar Pit. And as long as they don't play a non-basic, we can't do anything about it. Alright. Right, we're gonna grab Watery Grave here, I think. And we are gonna attempt to Jace. Probably getting countered here though. Okay. Yes. Resolves. Right, we're gonna unsummon the Delver. This will give us one turn to try and find a way to deal with it. Alright, so I'm assuming they either just want us to have that 1 mana off, or they forgot that Stubborn Denial doesn't actually... That's not a hard counter. Alright, let's Thoughtseize first, see what they're working with. Okay, so we are going to take this Death Shadow. We're going to Brainstorm. That's a Kolaghan's Command. That's good. We're going to put these two back. I'm going to play this. Alright, so discard, kill the Delver. They can stub, or they can't stub us. They can't do anything. They discard a Fatal Push. Okay. Thought Scour. Drew another island. Okay. Just want to get their life total down low. Makes sense. Down to 11. I think I do want to fetch here. Tapped Watery Grave, I think. Alright, draw for turn. Alright, I'm going to plus. No, you can have the Thoughtseize. Yep. Thoughtseize is a card that I'm perfectly fine with them having. Because it's going to put them to 6. It will take my Logic Knot, which is fine. But it's also going to take them off of black, which means Tarpit's going to get another attack in. Alright, let's see. So yeah, they're like a Delver Death Shadow deck, which is pretty interesting. We could Brainstorm with Jace this turn. Alright, we're gonna plus actually though, since we saw that. No, they can have it. Right, we are gonna Inquisition here. Take a look at their hand. We're gonna take the Fatal Push. Leave them just the Stubborn Denial. And obviously the reason for this is they're dead next turn. Okay, you are attacking. They're dead next turn if they don't draw a way to deal with our Tar Pit, which they're not. They're drawing a Polluted Delta, which means the game's over. So, alright, Grixis Death Shadow. Thoughtseize seems good. Damnation seems okay, but Engineer Explosive seems better. And then these counterspells seem okay. They're a pretty expensive, or pretty cheap deck as far as cost of their spells. So I think maybe we just actually want like these 4 cards. Actually, maybe we don't even want Thoughtseize. Do we want a 5th discard spell here? I wonder. I don't think so. No, you know what? Yeah, let's bring in another discard spell. Let's cut these. Bring these in. They're much more susceptible to the Engineer Explosives than a normal Death Shadow deck is because they're playing Delvers too. Okay. Well, I can get behind this hand. We're going to be low on life, but I think that's okay. We're hoping they don't lead on Delver. If they do, we could be in trouble. Alright, Inquisition here probably takes the Snapcaster because of how redundant the rest of our hand is. Because at the point of our hand here, obviously we're gonna get a Thoughtseize next turn. Yeah. Something good. Alright, Opt is pretty good. Alright, we're gonna Thoughtseize here. And we will actually take their Thoughtseize. And next turn, hopefully, they won't play anything too big, and we'll get to Thoughtseize their Assassin's Trophy. Although very interesting, I'm very surprised to see Trophy. All right, because of the fact they could have drawn a what's it called? What's that one card called? Stubborn Denial. We want to play this shock. We want to shock it immediately. Overgrown Tomb. Sounds good. Okay. Yes. We'll grab an island. Explosives. I'm just gonna take the Street Wraith. I mean, can they get explosives up to 4? Alright, Delta. Snapcaster. Opt. Bottom. Alright. Thoughtseize me, I'm assuming. Yep. I'm assuming Swamp. No. Water Grave, okay. And bottom, another land. Alright. We lose our Jace. Kind of makes me wish I would have kept the other Jace, but at the same time, it's a little silly, I think, to have kept Jace. Alright, we're just gonna push this so we're not taking any more damage. Yes, they could slam a Death Shadow and that would feel bad. Ooh, that feels pretty bad. Yep, that feels pretty bad here, to be honest. Yep. Okay. You don't have a land for it, but sure. Always yield. Yes, graveyard. Yes, transform. Draw for turn. It is, in fact, an opt. I'm gonna opt now. I'm gonna bottom the damnation. Alright, I'm gonna wait till they go to activate Liliana. And I'm gonna kill it. And now we gotta hope we draw a Cryptic Command, I guess. Guess there's Lightning Bolts. Alright, that's pretty awful. I mean, hopefully they drew a creature and they're going to play it and then plus it again. Yep. Yep. Watery Grave down to 8. We're gonna kill it. Draw for turn. No, that's dumb. Let's just play it. She's gonna -6 this. She's gonna -6 this one way or the other. Nope, she's just taking this puppy up, huh? I guess we'll take the push. This is annoying. Alright. Yep. Yep. Wouldn't be too surprised this Fatal Push doesn't have a target in this match. Yeah, that's fine. No. No. We'll also draw. We will activate. I will take Cryptic. We're gonna let you have your card. So, separating all of my permanents, huh? Let's go Island. Steaments. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Alright. I mean, at this point, we'll take this top pile. I think I'm still going to choose the top pile. Oh, wait, no, what? Oh! Wait, what? No. Oh my god. Yep, well, we punted. That's not... I didn't read it. You pick the card pile you want to get rid of. I thought you picked the pile you want to keep. Graveyard. Don't transform. Yep. Well, that's a pretty good card to draw. Show me counterspell. No, you're gonna have Stubborn Denial. I can't even cast cards in my hand, so I don't care if you have Stubborn Denial. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh. I think if we would have taken... Alright. Yeah, we're just going to the next game. If we would have taken the right pile, I think we would have been in a much different spot. Alright, well now that we've seen the Lilianas, I think we want Counter Squalls. And no Damnations, I don't think. No, actually Damnation's fine. Let's take out a Spell Bomb. And... maybe a Logic Knot. No, I think Logic Knot's fine. Try to search for his Kanta, I guess. Search for his Kanta is good, but I don't think it's what we want, really. Alright, this hand seems great. We got turn 1 discard and a bunch of removal. Now, I am not going to go ahead and fetch a basic here, I don't think. I think I just want Watery Grave. Trophy, Snap, Stubborn, Thoughtscour, Thoughtscour. Just take Snap. Rest of the hand's whatever. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's good cards, but it's not like anything that seriously is going to matter, I think. Yeah, fetch, grab blue source so you can Thoughtscour, I'm assuming, or did you draw a Thoughtseize? Nope, Serum Vision's alright. It's an ugliest Serum Vision's art ever. Alright, we'd like to draw, like, something good here. Lightning Bolt's fine. I mean, this has been a matchup where we've been able to, their life total's gotten really low. And if we can get them in that situation again, we can keep pressuring them here. Basic. Basic Swamp is not what they wanted. Alright, we're going to grab Steaments. Tapped. And we're going to go to our turn, draw a card. Op's a good one. I'm pretty happy about drawing Ops here. No Thoughtscour on the turn, huh? That means they wanted the top card. Jace Vryn's Prodigy. Sure. Sounds like my guy. Push. Opt. Put on top. Land. Darn. Alright, well... that's a little awkward, but... that's alright. We're still in a decent spot here. Delver of Secrets. And we're going to push. Land. Nice. Alright. That's good. That's something I wanted to see there. This might just go get a Blood Crypt now that we got another island. Without scouring yourself, mill 2 lands. Without scouring yourself, mill Street Wraith and Inquisition. Alright, let's go to my turn. Field of Ruin. That's nice. We'll see what they do. I think I'm gonna end a turn, field the Watery Grave since they've already gotten rid of. They already have 2 basics out. They typically only have 3 basics. Alright, well, on themselves again. Thoughtseize in a Delta. And the great part here is their life total is way too low for them to reasonably play a Death Shadow. Yep, full of blue. I think I want a mountain. Vendilion Click. Resolves. And dies. I'm assuming we're going to lose the Kolaghan's command here. Could lose the Counter Squall as well. I think if it lived, they would have left probably our hand by its like it was. Maybe not. Maybe it was still taking the Kolaghan's command. Alright, they're leaving it how it is. Alright, I like it. Alright, well. Normally I'm not an advocate for playing out the unknown card, but when it's a land and your hand's in a pretty good spot, I think it's the right choice. Yep, alright, 4 cards in hand, 2 known. The nice thing about Stubborn Denial is when you know about it, you can play around it. It's when you don't know about it that's when it catches you off guard. Alright, one of these is going to get fetched off. We're going to go grab a Watery Grave tapped. Because I don't want to draw any. I want to try to not draw. Oh my god. Alright, well. It's fine with me. Yep, Serum Visions. We didn't take out Snapcasters, did we? No, we did not take out any Snapcasters. Okay. Alright, so I think they've gotten all the Polluted Deltas out of their deck. Search for Escanta. Spell Snare. That's annoying. Alright, well, we're going to Counter Squall it. Yep. Did you just fail search on the ball on the Scalding Tarn? Watery Grave, Watery Grave, Watery Grave. Huh. That's is it not? Is that what happened? They failed to find island or mountain. Oh, all they have left is overgrown tombs, and they can't get it with overgrown tomb. Okay, that makes sense. All right, that makes sense. Overgrown tomb, trophy. Ooh, Death Shadow. All right, 2/2 Death Shadow. No. Yes, transform. We will draw the card. And Damnation. Really? You're not going to fetch and Stubborn Denial me? That is surprising. Alright, well that makes it feel like they wanted a 1-for-1 me there off of that. Interesting. Like, that's weird because they could have countered it pretty easily, too. Like, all they had to do is fetch, grab another... Unless they don't have another shock land. We're gonna... Let's get a swamp. I'm gonna activate it. take the Cryptic. Doesn't really matter what order we put them in because we're just going to shuffle away anyway. Alright, so they have 3 cards in hand. One is a Stubborn Denial. I'm going to opt here. Yeah, we'll take that. I'm at that point where I really want to know what they have going on in their hand here. And our life total is high enough that I don't think it matters. Disdainful Stroke, Stubborn Denial, Death Shadow. I'm actually going to take the Disdainful Stroke. Oh, nope, they're done. Okay. I'll say we're going to take the Disdainful Stroke because we can counter the Death Shadow. And they don't have Ferocious. So we can take this, counter this, and then we can start tearing apart their hand and trying to win the game like that. We also have this Tar Pit that we're going to start to get. Oh, okay, we're going to Snapcaster pretty soon. Alright, yeah. I mean, we were in a pretty good spot there. These are the kind of grindy matchups that we can win. Planeswalkers are a lot harder for us to deal with. This is one reason why I always really liked Grixis Control, was because against these other controlling decks like this, that like Grixis Death Shadow and like Jund and stuff like that, we always had pretty fair matchups against them. They were always kind of flip-flopped. Never once super in our favor, but never super against us. Anyway, we'll be back for the next round in just a minute. Alright, welcome back. We're here for round number 4. We are 1 and 2. This is a little bit of an interesting one since we don't have blue mana for turn 1 to opt. But because of the fact that we do have Fatal Push, I think against most things this hand's okay. We're going to keep it. We are a little short on lands, but we have a Search for Content opt to help us find that. Plus, if it's more of a creature-based deck, we have opts, or we have Snap, or Push, Snap, Push, which is usually pretty good against most creature-based decks. Well, that's not a creature-based deck, so... hello, welcome to Modern. This here actually is one of the reasons why I kind of went away from it, because I played Grixis in paper, and where I played, there were a few different Tron players. And, yes, Graveyard. Land. Thank you. And where we played in paper, obviously, it was a pretty big deck. There was a lot of Tron players. So we periodically had to deal with how to play against Tron. It wasn't the most fun matches you'd ever played in your life. Okay, well, it looks like they don't have a payoff at the moment. Which is cool. Alright, Ancient Stirrings here. Excuse me. Karn Liberated. Alright. Well, we can beat old Carney Poo here. Alright, Relic. Cracking the Relic. Map, okay. So part of me wants to be greedy and shatter this and make him discard, but I think it's just better to opt here. Yeah, we'll draw a land. I think I will go fetch here and grab Watery Grave tapped, just to give me a little bit more options on my turn. We're going to put that in the graveyard, and we're going to draw a card here. It is another Fatal Push, which is the perfect card we wanted to draw here. We're going to pass, hoping to... if they get another Tron land, and if they get another tower, and then Ulamog us, we're dead. Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen here. Yeah, they're going to Sanctum, so they can go Karn, sack Sanctum, grab Ulamog. No, forest. Does that mean they have a bunch of world breakers in hand or something? Is that what's up? Is that the new spicy tech? Yeah, you can get rid of our search for Escanta. Alright, Sultan Scrying. This is very interesting. Okay. List for one's cool. Alright, let's push you into oblivion. Yep, take one. I'm going to attempt to opt here. Probably going to get relicked though. But that's okay. There's my snappy snap. Targeting opt. Yep, that's fine. All right. Graveyard. Something good. You are the literal opposite of a good card here. Alright. We are going to Jace, even though it's most likely going to get it taken. Just all the cards in our hand right now are just so bad. I think we just really need to try to draw some better cards, which we have. Ooh. Where did I put that? Crap. Where did I put the lightning bolt? Lightning bolt I should have made sure I put lightning bolt on top. I think I did, but I'm not sure. If I did, that means next turn Karn, I get to take Karn away with a bolt. Right, there's stirrings. Second Karn. Alright. I'm assuming you do sack it and go get Ulamog or Emrakul. No. Alright. Getting rid of my Jace? Yes, we are. Alright. No. Draw Bolt. Bolt Karn. Attack for 2. Yep. Someone's scrying, I'm assuming for another tower. Yep, tower. Seven for Karn. Do you sack the Sanctum? You do. Promised End. So you have 3 mana up. Let's fetch here. Grabbing an island. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep, crack it. Yep, stirrings. And this deck's a pain in the neck. Alright, well, if we can top deck a Thoughtseize, oh my god, another Karn. Is that what we're going to do? We're going to really have to fight through a million Karns today? I mean, obviously, cause that's where we're at right now. Alright. Graveyard. Fatal frickin' Push. Are you kidding me right now? Alright, so 13. So 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Alright, so they're casting it pretty easily. We're going to attack. Yeah, they're going to cast Emrakul here. We're going to counter it. They're going to take our next turn. Probably just destroy us. Three, 4, 5. Alright. Counter target spell and draw a card. Well, there you are, stupid ass Thoughtseize. Yep. Yeah, I mean, here's the real problem. By the time we get our turn back, they're going to decimate us. So, alright, they're in control of our turn here. It's very hard to win after they've taken our turn. It's very difficult too. Like right now, they can draw this Inquisition. They can Thoughtseize us and Inquisition us. Kolaghan's Command, kill our Snapcaster, make us discard. It can do a lot of bad stuff to us here. Leave us with no hand. Yeah, I mean, here I'd probably Thoughtseize, take the Inquisition, Kolaghan's Command, kill this, make us discard the Fatal Push. Oh. Oh, you're going to deal us 2 damage? Okay. Deal us 2 damage, make us discard the Thoughtseize. I guess that's a pretty good play too. Definitely not what I would have chosen. But Graveyard, yes, transform. Snapcaster Mage 1 time. Let's play it. Draw a card. Alright, well. Guess that's better than nothing. Crypt Command that we can actually play. And we know 2 of their cards in hand. 1 Blast Zone, 1 Karn Liberated. Counter draw. Wormcoil, nope. Another Karn. Cool. Alright, get rid of Escanta. Yep. Alright. Some good deck. Oh, Snappy Snap Snapcaster. So if I Inquisition, can snap Bolt. Alright, yeah, let's Inquisition, see what they got in their hand. Karn the Great Creator. That sucks. Because they can go and get Mycosynth Lattice. Well, it can, but that doesn't actually do it. Because they'll have to tick down to 3. We can still attack them. But they have Blast Zone. I think my only chance of winning here is if I snap, Thoughtseize, take the Karn. That goes up to 7. That's almost going to be impossible for us to get rid of. I still think that's my best way of winning this match, though. Because this Karn literally just ends the game. Yeah. Yeah, man, that Karn literally ends the game. I don't think we can beat it, so I think I have to get rid of it. Maybe that's wrong, because they're just going to be able to pop this on this. And we can't reasonably kill this stupid Karn. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a tough situation. I think it's just a lost cause game, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't really care about that. Like, we're already so far behind. No, there's an Oblivion Stone, so blowing the entire table is what you're going to have to do, it looks like. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You already have 7 mana if we blow up a mine. Put a fate counter? Sure. Yeah, I mean... 3, 4, 5. I guess... I don't know. I don't know what's better to blow up. Normally I'd say the Blast Zone, but they have the O Stone about to go off. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're just done here. I'm pretty sure we're kind of just wasting time. I'm going to take another draw step just to take another draw step and see if we do draw something that maybe can make a difference. But yeah, all right, we're done. We had to have them miss for a while. Yeah, all right, we were dead. Okay, so crumble to dust. Counter Squall, Thoughtseize, and Surgicals. These 6 seem pretty good. Terminate seems bad. Spellbomb seems bad. Push seems horrible. So 6 for 6. Yeah, I guess that's probably better than a lightning bolt. Let's see how this goes. I mean, we bring in more counter spells. Playing first. Alright, this hand is probably okay. We're actually going to Tar Pit, let him see one more card before we Thoughtseize him. Yep, Expedition. Chromatic Star, Chromatic Star, Chromatic Sphere. Oh, Stone. Alright, take Great Creator. Let's go there. Yeah. So, play in Tower. Steam End's tapped. Let's take our turn. What we got? Snapcaster Thoughtseize. That feels pretty nice. Alright, let's see what they go get. It doesn't really matter when we do it. Upkeeper. I think I'm gonna grab a red source. Do I want a mountain? Apparently we wanted the island because I accidentally clicked on it. Keep forgetting we gotta enlarge a stupid thing so we can see it better. Sphere. I wouldn't be surprised just to see him dump the entire hand out. Alright. So, 2 unknown. Draw for turn. Alright, so we're actually going to sit back on this and not Thoughtseize yet. Just because I'd really like for them to crack these before I Thoughtseize them again. Since they're basically going to get to cycle through to a fresh hand. Alright, cracking. Cracking. Let's see. So they're up to 7 cards here. Stirrings. Relic. Alright, I mean, that sucks. Alright, we're gonna... No! Ah! Yeah, we just punted. Yeah, punt. Oh, yeah. I hate when that happens. Alright. Draw for turn. Jace. Yep. I wish I could Snapcaster Thoughtseize without getting sit in a situation where we're just going to get blown out. But unfortunately we're not, so that sucks. Yep. Yeah, that was just a punt on my part there. Star. Crack the star. Come on, try to summon scrying, please. Dang it, another star. Okay. Let's go counter. No. Let's do this actually. Alright, it resolves. Right, we're gonna go to end step. I'm gonna go return target permanent to its owner's hand. Turn target permanent to its owner's hand, draw a card. Alright. Bounce this. That's gonna set them off a Tron for 1 more turn. Alright, we'll do another Snapcaster. We're actually gonna fetch or grab. I guess another Watery Grave. Oh, I guess I was supposed to not fetch that, huh? Alright, Jace. Let's brainstorm. Alright. Put you 2 back. Play you, and let's pass. Not a huge fan of the situation we're in. But I feel like we're managing things well enough here that while yes, they're going to get to stop us from snapping something. O-Stone's fine. Alright, I'm going to grab a Steam Vents here tapped. I'm going to opt with some fresh cards on top. Yep, we're going to take that. Go to my turn. Draw for turn. I'm going to brainstorm. I like that. All right, let's put snap. Let's go there, go there. So if we go 1-2, attempt the Thoughtseize. They'll crack this. Or alternatively, I can just go target player discards Shatter. Nature's Claim. They're just cycling their artifacts here. And discarding an expedition map. Alright. I'm interested. Scalding Tarn. So, I mean, I don't mind the Snapcaster that's on top of the deck. Alright, they got Tron. Ulmog, the Ceaseless Hunger. Yep, so let's go blue, 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 crack. Just grab an island. Blue. Counter target spell, return target permanent to their hand. And bounce you. So you still get one. Come on, deck, show me some love. Blood Crypt. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I guess I have to try. Yep, crack it. Is there anything I can do in response here? Nope. Alright, let's play as tapped. Let's just pass, I guess. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep, Karn Great Creator. Yep. Defense grid, huh? Yep. 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 That's annoying, but nothing we can do there. Go there. Attack the Great Creator. Yeah, I think we're just dead here. I mean, we're gonna... Yeah, I mean, we're gonna shatter and kill that. But I think we're just so far behind now. Like, this Karn just gets the minus tick now on our search or our Snapcaster, and we're just pretty dead. Yeah, I think this one's over. Okie dokie. Sure. Sure. Oh. Much as I wish I could cast the the Kolaghan's Command. You know, maybe that was bad. Maybe we should have waited. Yeah, I guess we should have waited. Because then during our turn, we could have snapped Kolaghan's Command, shattered the O-Stone. But we still have to deal with this Karn. Yeah, and they're obviously not going to blow the O-Stone at that moment. Because if they did, they'd kill their own Karn. And they don't want to do that, obviously. Yep, now they're just going to uptick Karn again. We're going to lose our counter Squall. Yeah, we're done. We fought the good fight, but just not enough. Unfortunately, that brings us to another 1-3 finish. I guess this is one of those things where this deck's just not. I mean, for our sideboard wasn't really built with Blue-Eye Control or Tron really all that much in mind. At least not with the new additions to Blue-Eye Control. But the deck felt alright in most spots, but Tron's just one of those matchups that this deck always has a hard time with. Which I guess maybe that's the argument why we should have some damping spheres instead of something else. But, yeah. Anyway, guys, I know this wasn't the best video, but I hope you did enjoy it. I hope you learned something. Grixis is one of my favorite archetypes, as you well know. But yeah, alright guys, I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to see more videos just like this, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Yeah, and yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Have a good night.